taught this message, which is a very important point. No one just stumbles into a pre-tribulation conviction unless you're taught the teaching first. And here's why I think this is significant. Much of the church today is already living in tribulation. They're not living in the great tribulation that will precede the Lord's return, but they're living in tribulation. And we in the West are not. We're about to be, but we're not right now. And that's why believers in Iran and Syria, places around the Middle East, the Muslim world, the Buddhist world, the Hindu world, who are dealing with persecution, who are dealing with incredible challenges, they're not preparing for escape from trouble because they live in trouble all day long on the air that they breathe. And so they are prepared for future tribulation because they're living in present tribulation, which is a very important reality for the fourth and final reason that dovetails well with this, that we don't believe in a pre-tribulation rapture, is because the message of escape is not found in any of Jesus' preparatory warnings about the generation that will live through the dynamics that lead
that the overlook is how many times I've come down to death. If you brought us sometimes.
1時間20分かかっています。Again tomorrow for another truth-filled message on WBCQ at 9330 kHz on the 31 meter band. World's Last Chance Radio, preparing a people for the Savior's soon return.
You're listening to WBCQ, Monticello, Maine, the United States of America.
Just radio to you from Monticello, Maine, USA. The heart longing of every Christian for the last 2,000 years has been to see the Savior return and set up an everlasting kingdom on earth. Events in the world reveal that this will happen very soon. Keep listening to learn how you can spiritually prepare for Earth's final events. WLC Radio, preparing a people for life in Yahweh's earthly kingdom to be established upon Christ's imminent return.
Has someone ever wronged you and asked for your forgiveness? What did you do? Did you forgive him or her? What was your choice to forgive contingent on the understanding that the other person wouldn't keep harming or wronging you? Hi, I'm Miles Roby. I don't know about you, but speaking for myself, there are certain areas in my life that are a real struggle. And no matter how many times I repent, no matter how many times I'm determined to never repeat past mistakes, it seems that sooner or later I stumble and sin again. Today, Dave Wright is going to be explaining why this is and what we are to do, as well as what we are not to do about it. Dave.
Well, thanks, Miles. And let's start with what we are not to do. The main thing that we're not to do is to stay away from Yah. When you sin, go to him. He is your only hope. And yet, that's not what we do, especially if it's something we've already asked forgiveness for many times.
To be honest, in any area in which I really struggle, any area in which I especially need Yah's help, every time I sin, it becomes harder and harder and harder to ask for forgiveness. It's embarrassing. It's as though my prior repentance wasn't sincere. Because if it were, I wouldn't have sinned in exactly the same way again. So then, it's easy to feel like I can't ask Yah's forgiveness until I've, resisted temptation a couple of times. You know what I mean?
Mm. Well, I think we project our own human responses onto the Father and assume that he would respond like we would. For example, if someone wronged you in some way and then came to you with a genuinely sincere apology, what would you do?
Well, forgive them, of course. I mean, Christ said, if you forgive other people when they sin against you, your Heavenly Father will also forgive you. But if you do not forgive others their sins, your Father will not forgive your sins. So it's kind of a given, isn't it? Forgiving is something Christians should always do. Just as we've been forgiven, we should also forgive.
Yeah, of course. But what then, say, if that same person came a week later, wronged in exactly the same way, would you be so quick to forgive?
Well, it would be harder. I mean, I'd start to question his or her sincerity at some point.
So if the person continued to wrong you 5, 6, 7 times or more, would you still keep forgiving?
Well, I've got to admit, after just a couple of times, I'd be questioning their sincerity. And it wouldn't take very long before I'd start to feel like, prove it. Show me you're truly sorry by quitting hurting me, and then I'll forgive you.
Yeah, and I'm with you. I do that as well. But you see, that's the difference between you and me versus Yahweh. When someone repeatedly harms us, we may be willing to forgive once or twice, but if the offences continue, we want some proof that they're genuinely sorry. And the best proof, of course, is repentance. They stop doing whatever that is that's harming us.
Exactly.
And the problem is we project the same attitude onto Yah, and that's wrong. Yahweh has promised to forgive everyone who comes to him in repentance.
But that's the thing. Repentance means you've quit doing it.
Repentance is genuine heart sorrow for sin. It's not at this point sinlessness. There's a difference. Certainly at some point believers will be sinless. That's not yet, and Yahweh knows it. Furthermore, he's got a plan to get us to the point of sinlessness. But don't project our human qualities onto him. We can't get better away from him, that's sure. And yet, that's precisely what our reaction is when we sin and continue to sin. Satan presses in these intense feelings of guilt, and we feel as though we can't ask for forgiveness until we've somehow proven our repentance by abstaining from sin or resisting temptation X number of times.
And speaking from experience, that doesn't work.
No, and the human psyche doesn't hold up well to overwhelming feelings of guilt. Pretty soon we start to try and wriggle our way out of those feelings. One way many Christians do that is to simply shrug the entire problem aside and say, doesn't matter, the law was nailed to the cross, we're under grace now. And while we're certainly under grace, the law was not nailed to or otherwise done away with at the cross.
It's pretty obvious. After all, if the law could have been abrogated or changed, Yahushua wouldn't have needed to die.
Other Christians fall into the trap of legalism. They know the divine law is still binding, but like the Jews of Christ's day, they try to achieve perfection by trying to live up to the very strict man-made rules, as though if they can abide by these additional rules, there's no possibility of breaking the law.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about as well. For example, a careful study of Scripture reveals that the Sabbath is observed from dawn to dark, but Saturday Sabbatarians apply the rules of Day of Atonement to the Sabbath and worship from sundown Friday to sundown Saturday.
Not only that, but they'll often emphasize the importance of guarding the edges of the Sabbath. So there's this heavy burden of expectation that if you're not completely ready for the Sabbath at least 30 minutes prior to sundown, you're breaking the Sabbath.
So what are we to do about it then? You said that Yah's got a plan, yeah?
Yes, he does. In fact, phase 1 of his plan is already in place. Let's turn to Exodus chapter 19. This was 3 months after the Israelites left Egypt. They came to Sinai, and there Yah entered into a covenant agreement with Israel. Now, a covenant is a legally binding agreement. There are conditions that must be met, and it takes 2 parties. So you've got it there. Could you read verses 3 and 5 through to 8 of Exodus 19, please?
And Moses went up to Elohah, and Yahweh called to him from the mountain, saying, Thus you shall say to the house of Jacob, and tell the children of Israel, You have seen what I did to the Egyptians, and how I bore you on eagle's wings, and brought you to myself. Now, therefore, if you will indeed obey my voice and keep my covenant, then you shall be a special treasure to me above all people. For all the earth is mine, and you shall be to me a kingdom of priests and a holy nation. These are the words which you shall speak to the children of Israel. So Moses came and called for the elders of the people and laid before them all these words which Yahweh commanded him. Then all the people answered together and said, All that Yahweh has spoken, we will do.
This is the agreement, the covenant. Yah says, if you will obey me in all things, you'll be my special set-apart people. You'll be my treasure and receive special blessings. That sounds pretty good to the former slaves as they say, all that Yahweh has spoken we will do. Right, and I believe they were sincere in that. Even if it were for ulterior motives, why wouldn't they want to be Yah's special set?
Word of man in his cause, the Lord approveth not. Compassion according to the multitude of mercies. For he does not afflict willingly nor grieve.
Annoncé qu'il soumettrait au Parlement la semaine prochaine une initiative législative pour décourager les actes de violence à l'école. La décision.
Sashi na 134 na kundin tsarin mulkin Najeriya ya yi tanadin cewa kare kan wasu
Le Conseil national de...
Take us to be with him. The resurrection tells me, most probably, that's the way it is. He put himself the center of the religious universe and said, what I did with him. Not just added on behavior. What I did with him. That's why
Economics of Water concluded that the world faces an imminent water crisis with demand.
De asfixia contra Cuba. La política de asfixia, el gobierno cubano la identifica con el embargo, el bloqueo, como se conoce dentro de Cuba y como ellos dicen. Así que a todo parece indicar, y yo veo esto, lo interpreto como una amenaza velada de que mientras que exista embargo, nosotros vamos a estar poniendo el ser humano cubano, el balsero cubano, el inmigrante cubano, el emigrante cubano, lo vamos a estar poniendo y esa va a ser nuestra arma de combate para presionarlos a ustedes. ¿Les ha funcionado en momentos? Sí les ha funcionado en momentos, y si les ha funcionado, pues no lo van a dejar de utilizar.
A la señora Tablada yo quiero responderle también con este ejemplo. Por ejemplo, valga la redundancia, ella dice que entre la denuncia que traen a la mesa está la admisión de personas que llegan de manera irregular a los Estados Unidos, lo que considera un estímulo para que otros adopten esa vía no segura, refiriéndose al caso del piloto cubano, Rubén Martínez Machado. Rubén Martínez se llevó esta avioneta de fumigación el año pasado, aterrizó acá en el sur de la Florida, y cuando ya salió de la situación migratoria en que se encontraba, dijo a los medios de prensa textualmente: cuando vi que Díaz-Canel ordenó una guerra civil, me di cuenta de que aquello no tenía sentido ninguno. Quería que me vieran las personas y vieran lo que está sucediendo en Cuba, aunque tampoco esperé estar tanto tiempo preso, dijo el piloto.
Pues, mira, para él no es el embargo el culpable.
Pero no se fue porque Estados Unidos le da la prioridad o el derecho. Se fue porque él dijo, aquí no aguanto más y mire lo que está pasando. El 11J fue determinante para el piloto.
Michelle.
Voy a empezar precisamente por ahí. Intenta el gobierno cubano, el régimen cubano, responsabilizar a la administración de Estados Unidos de una decisión de un juez de migración. Esto es un desconocimiento absoluto de cómo funciona la división de poderes en Estados Unidos. Es más, estoy seguro que conocen cómo funciona la división de poderes en Estados Unidos, pero aún así pretenden seguir enredando la pita, el asunto, para crear confusión en torno, porque cualquiera puede tener la idea que desee, la opinión que desee sobre si la emigración debe hacerse robando aviones, yéndose en cualquier aparato que vuele y cualquier otra consideración al respecto. Yo creo que eso es bastante opinable y que puede haber muchas opiniones al respecto. Pero lo que está claro es que la administración es una cosa y la justicia es otra en Estados Unidos. Y este señor se presentó ante un juez de migración que le concedió el asilo, que consideró que era merecedor del asilo, y eso es una decisión, creo que respetable. Decir que es la administración la que está detrás de todo esto es engañar, ¿no?, a esa parte de la opinión pública que está en Cuba. Y por otra parte, los regímenes totalitarios son expertos en lanzar a la gente como carne de cañón. Ahí tenemos el ejemplo en Europa de Marruecos, esa dictadura feudal que envía a las personas a las fronteras terrestres de las ciudades del norte de África, las ciudades españolas del norte de África, para crear problemas cada vez que algún gobierno europeo, sobre todo el español, no hace o cumple con las expectativas de Marruecos. Eso normalmente puede hacerlo una dictadura, en una democracia sería más difícil. Y decir que la emigración masiva es responsabilidad del embargo es trancar el dominó en una teoría de Máximo, es entrar, como decía Joanny, a la negociación sabiendo de que no se va a avanzar porque se ha puesto una cuestión de máximos como es el embargo, que es realmente impertinente para una negociación, porque se sabe, todo el mundo sabe, que el embargo está codificado por el Congreso de Estados Unidos y que la administración no puede prometer nada en este sentido porque no está en sus manos, incluso si quisiera, que a día de hoy no quiere, y porque se trata además de una mentira escandalosa, ¿no? Que todos los cubanos que nos están escuchando saben perfectamente las causas de esa emigración masiva y cuánto ha esperado el pueblo cubano, esperando a ver si se resuelve la situación, si se adoptan las medidas necesarias, por lo menos desde el punto de vista económico, para salir de ese padecimiento crónico, eterno, que tiene la población cubana, empezando por la comida y terminando por la libertad de movimiento.
Están escuchando las noticias como son.
El anuncio del Banco Central de Cuba de aceptar nuevamente depósitos de dólar efectivo en las entidades financieras es una señal del fracaso de la última gran reforma monetaria que buscaba el fin de la dolarización de la economía, criticaron 4 economistas consultados por la agencia EFE. La medida, dada a conocer por sorpresa el lunes por la noche, se hizo oficial menos de 2 horas después de que el Banco Central prohibiera estas operaciones. 2 años después, quise decir. El gobierno lo justificó como una respuesta a las dificultades para el uso del billete verde en el sistema bancario internacional debido a ¿qué? Al embargo estadounidense. Esa restricción coincidió con los primeros meses de la tarea de ordenamiento, una reforma monetaria cocinada a fuego lento 10 años atrás, que tenía como fin acabar con la doble moneda en la isla. Hasta entonces en Cuba funcionaba el peso, el CUP, y el peso convertible CUC partidario con el dólar.
Sí, fueron la F entrevista, la agencia F de Noticias entrevista a Mauricio de Miranda Parrondo, entrevista a Tamaris Bahamonde, a Elías Amor y también a Pavel Vidal Alejandro. De todas maneras, todos la arremeten contra la tarea de ordenamiento.
Y Joanny también comentó al respecto, así que vamos con ella a La Habana.
Sí, hoy los colegas del diario 14 Medio hemos hecho un recorrido por varios bancos de la ciudad de La Habana, específicamente en la zona de Plaza, Playa y Centro Habana. Solo nos encontramos una persona que estaba en la fila para depositar dólares en un banco. Eso es muy sintomático porque refleja, más allá de lo que digan los economistas y los expertos, que son opiniones muy válidas que hay que escuchar, porque ellos saben, la suspicacia y la desconfianza que hay en los cubanos con todo lo que tiene que ver con temas bancarios, financieros, y específicamente con todo lo que tiene que ver con la vida, muchos vaivenes, muchas decisiones y contradecisiones, muchas penalizaciones y liberalizaciones después secundadas por otras penalizaciones nuevas. Entonces, una profunda desconfianza hacia todo lo que tiene que ver con el sistema bancario. Pero además surgen muchas dudas. Una de las dudas que hemos podido escuchar en estas filas o colas en los bancos es la siguiente. Las tiendas en MLC, moneda libremente convertible, están ahora prácticamente desabastecidas, sin casi mercancías, al menos aquí en la capital cubana, que es donde en teoría deberían estar más suministradas de productos. Cuando la gente ingrese esos dólares y cuando los dólares lleguen a esas tarjetas, ¿qué mercancía de respaldo? ¿Qué van a poder comprar en unas tiendas que van cada vez más de capa caída? Esa es una de las interrogantes. Otra es un viejo tema, que es el de los médicos que estuvieron en misión internacionalista y otros colaboradores que pasaron misiones oficiales en el extranjero, incluso aquellas personas que tenían cuentas bancarias en pesos convertibles en el momento de la unificación monetaria, a las que les dieron por sus depósitos en divisas, algo así que se llama como un cheque de divisa, un cheque de depósito, que en realidad es un papel que dice que usted tenía allí el equivalente a tantos dólares. Le dieron eso y le dijeron, es que el banco ahora no tiene dólares para reponer, pero en cuanto tengamos se los damos. Bueno, pues ahora esa gente quiere su dinero y no son 1, ni 10, ni 25. Probablemente sean miles en todo el país. Entonces, las dos dudas principales que escuchamos hoy es con qué va a responder el mercado en divisas ante el posible depósito de más dólares ahora en las cuentas, y segundo, y ahora se va a reponer todos aquellos dólares, digamos, congelados en un corralito, depositados en un papel, nada más.
Bueno, y ya eso pasó en el 2020, cuando se lo dieron, le dijeron a la gente, no puedes sacar la divisa y aquí tienes el papelito, aquí tienes la constancia de que tu dinero está ahí, pero no lo puedes sacar. Ya pasó. Michel Suárez.
Bueno, ya no sé cuántas veces voy a tener que repetir en el programa tanto nadar para morir en la orilla, ¿no? Porque va siendo ya un leitmotiv que utilizamos sobre todo en materia económica, porque desde el punto de vista de las libertades, lamentablemente no tenemos material para hablar en este sentido, pero desde el punto de vista de la política económica del régimen, una y otra vez tenemos que decir tanto nadar para morir en la orilla, y por el medio, en medio de esta gran improvisación, con un gran daño a muchísima gente por el camino, que luego se vuelve a la línea de partida y está el dólar nuevamente en la escena y estamos casi como al principio o incluso peor, estamos peor que antes de la tarea ordenamiento, y todo ello sin abordar las reformas imprescindibles que necesita la economía cubana, porque, señores, en este sentido no hay nada que inventar. Realmente cualquier economista medianamente serio, incluso algunos cercanos al gobierno, sabe perfectamente cuál es el camino para enderezar esto. No quiere decir que vaya perfecto, pero hay que seguir el camino que han marcado otras economías liberales para enderezar la economía cubana y poner en manos de los cubanos lo que es el crecimiento y la productividad del país. Y entre los caminos que mencionan los economistas en estas notas y otras más que hemos leído durante todos estos días, está en que hay que darle el reinado al peso cubano completamente, sin que haya MLC, dólar o euros de por medio, o por otra parte dolarizar la economía cubana. Es un debate muy interesante, un debate que no solo está en Cuba, hay países de América Latina donde se utiliza el dólar con sus cosas positivas y negativas, porque el Banco Central prácticamente deja de tener función en ese país porque la política monetaria está en manos de otro, pero lo que me queda claro, yo preferiría la dolarización, desde luego, en ese caso el mal menor, pero lo que me queda claro es que ninguna de las dos opciones va a resolver el problema de la economía cubana, que tiene que ver con la productividad, que tiene que ver con las fuerzas productivas y con el orden económico imperante en Cuba, porque después que se dolariza el país, ¿dónde están los productos en las tiendas? ¿Dónde está el boniato y la yuca, que no viene de ningún otro país, que no está afectado por el COVID, que tampoco está afectado por los problemas de los barcos de la guerra de Ucrania, sino que se producen allí el ajo en Holguín, en Ciego de Ávila la papa, y nada de esto aparece en el país y no tiene nada que ver con la coyuntura internacional? Entonces, dolarización, sí, en mi opinión, sí, deberían ir hacia esa situación, pero el resto de la economía cubana, ¿qué? ¿Cuál es el respaldo para todo?
Esa es la pregunta.
Se va a hacer lo que las circunstancias indiquen, y así lo dice la nota del Banco Central de Cuba. Por lo menos explícitamente, lo dice así.
Las noticias como son.
Una de las 8 centrales flotantes turcas, la Erin Solten, amarrada hasta este martes a la termoeléctrica de Tallapiedra en La Habana, salió del puerto con destino desconocido, sembrando dudas, incertidumbre. Con el poco tiempo que va quedando, yo creo que vamos a La Habana, 14:30, Joan y su directora, y tienen esta nota. Cuéntanos, ¿qué está pasando? ¿Qué se sabe de estas centrales flotantes?
Se nos han perdido los sultanes, se nos han perdido los sultanes.
Sí, justamente hoy también un reportero de nuestro diario se acercó a la zona de Tallapiedra y también a la zona de la bahía para verificar las informaciones, y es cierto que una de esas centrales ha salido. El rumbo que se especula hasta ahora, porque estamos en el plano de las especulaciones, es hacia Santiago de Cuba, reemplazar la otra que parece haber terminado su tiempo. El término no se sabe bajo qué condiciones, sin pago, se concluyó ya el plazo del contrato. Lo cierto es que este es uno de esos casos que denota, como pocos, la falta de libertades en el país, porque si esto fuera un país libre ahora mismo, las afueras del Ministerio de Energía y Minas, en la calle Carlos III de La Habana, estaría llena de periodistas intentando capturar a cualquier funcionario, incluso mejor al ministro, al salir de ahí para preguntarle sobre este tema, porque esto es un tema medular. Este es el tema energético, cómo se va a mover la industria, cómo se va a cocinar en los hogares, cómo se van a dormir las noches con ventiladores o sin ventiladores en los próximos meses. Entonces el secretismo y la imposibilidad del ciudadano de cuestionar y hacer preguntas sobre un tema tan delicado reflejan toda la falta de libertades. En otros países tendrían que haber hecho público desde el inicio, en primer lugar, cuánto le está costando esto a la nación, cuánto nos estamos endeudando, cuánto pagarán mis nietos por esas centrales turcas que han venido directamente a salvarle el pellejo al régimen en una situación energética difícil. El problema es que hay que ver cuánto más pueden los turcos aguantar, conociendo el historial de impagos, morosidades y también ineficiencia de la parte cubana.
Bueno, lo que parece cierto es que Cuba se queda sin una de las plataformas turcas. El movimiento de La Habana a Santiago, lo de Santiago que ahora se desaparece, apagó los radares o el GPS, el GPS, como le dicen en Cuba, y ahí es donde está la grave, ¿no?
No, lo grave también es que hay que pagar estas plataformas.
Y lo grave es que cuando estas plataformas se van, se apaga muchos sectores de Cuba.
Parece que no hay mucho dinero, Michelle.
Cerramos contigo, Michelle.
No, esto está como el tren Habana, Santiago, Habana. No se sabe ni para dónde va, ni para dónde viene, ni cuándo va, ni cuándo viene.
Ni dónde se enchucha, ni dónde se enchucha.
Absolutamente. Bueno, y además el número mágico, el número que menciona casi todo el mundo en Cuba, más que el de la bolita, es el 114, ¿no? Esos 114 megawatts que va a tener en déficit el sistema como mínimo, porque 114 teniéndolos hay apagones. Aún así, sin esa cantidad, pues la situación se pone peor. Todos son remiendos, realmente. Este tipo de plataformas son remiendos, no hay una inversión profunda, ¿no?, en la infraestructura eléctrica cubana, y además de la morosidad y los remiendos, pues esta es una situación de provisionalidad absoluta.
Así mismo es.
¿Usted sabe lo que es el 14 en la charada?
De Franco.
No, gato.
Gato.
Giovanni Sánchez, muchísimas gracias. Michelle Suárez, usted también, y a nuestros oyentes y televidentes. Hasta aquí la tertulia.
Hoy sobre Karin el 14.
Descarga gratis la aplicación Radio Televisión Martín para tu tableta o teléfono móvil o iPhone. Es la aplicación interactiva que te permite
You are Ben? Yeah, you just disappeared, and then I realized... Oh, Mike Alpha Bravo. Contact, I gotta hit the rack here. It's getting late, and I'm getting really tired. I'm on menu on your setup,
and I'm just curious, how many radials, and are they elevated or ground radials? Over.
The radial system I have about 60 radials on each antenna, and they're all in the ground. The antennas are ground mounted, so everything is in the ground, and they vary in length. But I have something like a little over, I don't know, maybe 3,500 feet of wire. 3,500 feet of wire is in the system. And as the mood takes me, which I must admit, Tony, isn't very often, I add a few more each year, but I haven't done yet this year, but now the grass growing season has started, I may just put another few down if we get a bit of nice weather and I don't have too much else to do. So that's what's underneath the verticals, Tony, go ahead.
Roger, Steve. Well, 60 radials per antenna sounds like it's doing a great job for you. No problem at all to copy. And I just wanted to thank you for the contact, and I hope we have many more in the future. So I guess I will say 7-3 for now, and thank you again. Golf 4, Victor Mike. This is November 3, Lima Romeo Whiskey. I'll let you make some other contacts, Steve, and you shouldn't have any problem coming into North America with the signal that you've got. Over.
Yeah, okay, Tony. Well, thank you very much, and good signal here, no trouble at all. And likewise, pleasure to work here. Always nice to get a new call sign in the logbook. I spend all my time here on 40 meters, so very occasionally I appear on 17. So if we work again, it's more than likely going to be here on 40 meters when you fancy a late night up, Tony, and can't sleep. 7-3, have a good day. Pleasure to work you. November 3, Lima Radio Whiskey, Golf 4, Victor Mike. Good morning.
7-3, and thank you, Steve. Goodbye.
Anyone else, please? Golf 4, Victor Mike.
November 5, India Tango.
Mike, any DX, please?
November 1, Sierra Tango. India Tango.
Kilo Echo 2.
Okay, it's you if you call it. Who was ending in
Juliet, over.
November 1, Sierra Tango.
Yeah, still a couple calling. I think it's now, it's ending in Italy Tango. What's the rest of the call?
November 5, Italy Tango.
Okay, November 5, Italy Tango. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for giving me a call. And see, it's the first time we've worked according to my logbook, so pleasure. My name is Steve, Sierra Tango, Echo, Victor Echo. Steve is the name. November 5, Italy Tango from Golf 4, Victor Mike.
Yeah, Golf 4, Victor Mike, November 5, India Tango. Likewise, my software is telling me the same thing. It's our first time we've worked. Good to see you. Good to meet you here on 40 meters, Steve. You're peaking 5 and 8, 58 into the state of Texas, and my name is Dave. Delta Alpha Victor Echo. Over.
Yeah, okay, Dave. Thank you very much for the 5 and 8. And you're 5 and 6, 56 with me, Dave. So nice signal. I have a little noise, but you're above my noise, so that's the main thing, and I can hear you okay. I'm running out a pair of phase vertical antennas on this side, and location is in the central part of England, just outside the city of Leicester, so right in the middle of England, Dave. N5IT G4VMM.
G4VMM, N5IT. Well, the phase verticals are doing a great job for you, Steve. I'm running a single vertical here. It's about 3/8 wavelength long. It's 43 feet, ground mounted, with radials and an auto tuner and 500 watts. So I'll bid you farewell and let you move on and work some more DX, Steve. Like I said, you're doing a great job this morning, and good to hear you on the band. There have been lots of signals on the band, and maybe we'll put some more bands in the log. Maybe we can catch you on 20 and 17 as well. So I think I heard you mention 17 just a moment ago. 73, and good morning to you, Steve. Gulf 4, Victor Mike Mike, November 5, Indy Tango, 73.
Yeah, okay, Dave. Yeah, well, thank you very much for giving me a call this morning. And nice to hear someone well using vertical. And the hard part of verticals is laying radials, Dave. So I think I've about finished, but I'll probably have some more. I have 60 radials, 60 radios on each antenna. 73, Dave. Thank you very much for the call and look forward to talking again. November 5, Italy Tango, Golf 4, Victor Mike Mike. Good morning.
Good morning.
Golf 4, Victor Mike Mike. Golf 4, Victor Mike Mike. Kilo 2, Alpha Victor Juliet, over.
Okay, please, your call again.
Yes, Kilo Echo 2, Alpha Victor Juliet, over.
Someone calling, but you're right on my noise level, on my noise floor, so it could be difficult, but I will take another listen. So this is Golf 4, Victor Mike Mike, go ahead.
Golf 4, Victor Mike Mike, Kilo Echo 2, Alpha Victor Juliet, over.
Okay, I've got some of the call, I haven't got the prefix. I've got Alpha Echo Juliet, Alpha Echo Juliet. I got the suffix okay, but I missed the prefix. You're not very strong, go ahead.
Okay, Roger. Kilo Echo 2, Kilo Echo 2, Alpha Victor Juliet, over.
Okay, I've got more of the call. I'll start again in my logbook. Kilo Echo 2, Alpha Victor Juliet, I think the call is. Kilo Echo 2, Alpha for Japan. Golf 4, Victor Mike. Mike, good morning. Thank you for giving me a call. And if I've got the call okay, I see it's the first time we've worked according to my logbook. So let's see how we go. My name is Steve. Sierra Tango, Echo, Victor Echo. Steve's the name. Kilo Echo 2, Alpha Victor Japan from Golf 4, Victor Mike Mike.
Yeah, this is Kilo Echo 2, Alpha Victor Juliet. I got you at a 5555. Strong noise level, but audio is okay.
Okay, I got the 5 and 5. Make me clear your 5 and 5 also. 5 and 5 also. What's the name? Go ahead.
The name is Bill Bravo India, Lima Lima, Bravo Lima Lima. I'm from New York, Troy, New York. Tango Romeo Oscar, Yankee, November Yankee, over.
Yeah, okay, Bill. Fine, got you okay out of New York. So, very good. Nice to work you, as I say, for the first time. Okay, not too strong, so I compete with my noise level, but it's okay, Bill, and I've got you in the log. So thank you for giving me the call. Appreciate you being up so early in the morning, and maybe we'll again. Kilo Echo 2, Alpha Victor Japan, from Golf 4, Victor Mike Mike. Good morning, Bill.
Yep, good morning. 73, Steve. This is K2 ABJ, Kilo Echo 2, Alpha Victor Juliet, 73.
Yeah, 73, Bill. Thank you very much for the call. Bye-bye. Over, please. Anyone else? Golf 4, Victor Mike Mike. Golf 4, Victor Mike Mike. Any news, please?
Kilo Echo 2, Romeo Victor India.
Kilo Echo 4, Radio Victor India. Do I have the call okay?
Yes, sir. That is correct. You are 5'9" in the state of Florida.
Yeah, okay. Kilo Echo 4, Radio Victor India. Thank you for the 5 and 9. You're 5 and 7, 57. Nice to hear you out of Florida this morning. Looks like it's the first time we've spoken according to my log. And my name is Speed. Sierra Tango, Echo, Victor Echo. Speed's the name. Go ahead.
Roger, this would be our first contact. My name is also Steve. Sierra Tango, Echo, Victor Echo.
Yeah, okay, Steve. Yeah, very good. And yeah, my logbook says first time we've spoken, but I've only had this electronic log running since 2016, but I think it's probably pretty accurate as we go along. I'm located in the central part of England, Steve, just outside the city of Leicester. It's right in the middle. And I'm running a pair of phased vertical antennas. They're beaming towards North America. And I thought I'd get up a bit earlier this morning, try and see what's happening on our grey line. And about, 20 minutes after sunrise, 20 minutes after sunrise at this location, Steve. Kilo Echo 4, Radio Victor India, Golf 4, Victor Mike Mike.
Q4ZFM, K4RBI. I'm located on the east coast of Florida, Daytona Beach area, and I'm running an end-fed halfway. It's 40 meters long, up about 50 feet. Just 100 watts on my IC 7300.
Very good, you're 100 watts into your end-fed, and the 7300 sounded very nice, but I must admit, I don't think I've ever heard a bad 7300. They always have very nice audio. It always used to be Kenwood that had the great audio, but the Icon with the 7300, they've really given them a run for their money. They do sound very nice, Steve. So thank you for the call. I'll see you while I've got propagation as anybody else, but pleasure to work you this morning. Appreciate you being up so early in the morning. Local time here is 6:37, so not too bad for us. But I know it's early in the morning for yourself, Steve. So thank you for the call, and hope to work you again. Kilo Echo 4, Radio Victor India, Golf 4, Victor Mike Mike.
Thank you, Steve. I appreciate the contact. Have a wonderful day. 7-3, K4RBI.
Yeah, 7-3, Steve. Bye-bye. Anyone else, please? Golf 4, Victor Mike Mike. Golf 4, Victor Mike Mike. NEDX, please. QRZ, please. QRZ, you're very weak with me, but QRZ, give me your call again. Sorry, I can hear you calling, but I can't get any of the call at all. You're not literally in my noise floor. So I don't think I'm going to be able to get the call, but, thank you for trying and giving me a shout. This is Golf 4, Victor Mike Mike. Golf 4, Victor Mike Mike. NEDX, please. CQDX, Golf 4, Victor Mike Mike, Golf 4, Victor Mike Mike, calling CQDX, CQDX, Golf 4, Victor Mike Mike, Golf 4, Victor Mike Mike, NEDX please. CQDX, Golf 4, Victor Mike Mike, Golf 4, Victor Mike Mike, Golf 4, Victor Mike Mike, NEDX please.
Whiskey 0, Delta Charlie Bravo Mobile.
CQDX, Golf 4, Victor Mike Mike, Golf 4, Victor Mike Mike, calling CQDX, Golf 4, Victor Mike Mike, Golf 4, Victor Mike Mike, calling CQDX, Golf 4, Victor Mike Mike, Golf 4, Victor Mike Mike, NEDX please. CQDX, Golf 4, Victor Mike Mike, Golf 4, Victor Mike Mike, NEDX please. CQDX, Golf 4, Victor Mike Mike, Golf 4, Victor Mike Mike, NEDX please.
Whiskey 0 Delta Charlie Bravo.
Yeah, I heard someone calling, but you're very, very weak with me. But I will listen again. I'll listen again. Go ahead. This is Golf 4 Victor Mike Mike.
Whiskey 0 Delta Charlie Bravo.
Golf 4 Victor Mike Mike. Golf 4 Victor Mike Mike. Calling CQDX. Golf 4 Victor Mike Mike. Golf 4 Victor Mike Mike. Any DX please. CQDX. Golf 4 Victor Mike Mike. Golf 4 Victor Mike Mike. Golf 4 Victor Mike Mike. Any DX please. CQDX. Golf 4 Victor Mike Mike. Golf 4 Victor Mike Mike. Any DX please. CQDX. Golf 4 Victor Mike Mike. Golf 4 Victor Mike Mike. Any DX please. CQDX. Golf 4 Victor Mike Mike. Golf 4 Victor Mike Mike. Any DX please. CQDX. Golf 4 Victor Mike Mike. Golf 4 Victor Mike Mike. Any DX please. CQDX. Golf 4 Victor Mike Mike. Golf 4 Victor Mike Mike. Any DX please.
Kilowatt 2 Papa Romeo.
Yeah, Kilowatt 2 Papa Romeo. Good morning. Thank you for giving me the call. Nice to hear you this morning. I think it's the first time we've worked. And my name is Steve. Sierra Tango Echo Victor Echo. Steve's the name. Kilowatt 2 Papa Romeo. Golf 4 Victor Mike Mike.
Yeah, Golf 4 Victor Mike Mike. My name is Mike. I'm in northeastern Pennsylvania. Over.
Okay, Mike, yeah, very good. Nice to hear you out of northeast Pennsylvania this morning. I'm located just outside the city of Leicester, and that's right in the central part of England, Mike. And a nice signal with me, 5 and 7, 56 USL.
Oh, Roger, you sounded good on this end, 5 by 8. Northeast, little town of Honesdale, northeastern Pennsylvania, up in north of the Pocono Mountains, over.
Yeah, okay, Mike. Yeah, very good. Thank you for the 5 and 8. And appreciate you being up so early in the morning. I know it's early your side, not quite so bad on my side. It's 6:45 local time, and half an hour after sunrise, 30 minutes after sunrise. So I thought I'd see if there's any DX on the grey line, and it looks like the band is in fairly good shape, Mike. So that's what the plan was this morning. And I'm running a pair of phased vertical antennas, Mike. K2PRR G4VMM.
Oh, Roger, they're doing a job for you, that's for sure. Here in the States, it's 1:45 in the morning. I just walked into the shack here and I heard you calling, so I figured I'd pick it up and give you a holler, make sure all my wires are wiring and everything is working good. The band does sound like it's going to pick up. I think I'm going to stay up a little longer. Over.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you put the effort and had a listen as you walked in. And I appreciate you giving me the call. I say, according to my logbook, first time we spoke, Mike, so it's always nice to get a new call sign into the log. And I spend all my time here on 40 meters looking for DDX and looking for the new ones and so on and so forth. So thanks very much. I appreciate it, Mike. I don't know whether you're going to have a tune around or go back to bed, but whichever. I appreciate the call this morning. K2PRR, have a good day. Golf 4 Victor Mike Mike.
Golf 4 Victor Mike Mike, K2PRR. Steve, you have yourself a good DX out there. I'm going to be hanging around a little bit anyway. I'm going to take a little pause here and get you entered into my log. Over.
Yeah, okay then. Okay, Mike, thanks very much and pleasure and appreciate you being up so early. So enjoy the rest of the, well, depends if you're going to go to bed or stay on the radio, but either one have a good time. Speak to you again soon. K2PRR, 73.
73, Steve.
Anyone else, please? Golf 4 Victor Mike Mike, any DX? QRZ, this is Golf 4, Victor Mike Mike, any DX please? I heard a station beginning with whiskey, and I think it's got a mic in the suffix, but you're very weak, but let's have a go and see if we can get the call. So station whiskey with Mike, go ahead. Call a few times. I think it might be a whiskey one, but give me the call several times. Go ahead. Yeah, I need the call again. I can hear you calling me, but give me the call again a couple of times. Go ahead. Okay. I've now got Sierra 1, Echo Charlie Lima. Sierra 1, Echo Charlie Lima. What's the first letter of the call? Okay, I'm not ever so sure here. I might have the, I've got the prefix okay, but I may have the suffix wrong, but I've got Yankee Sierra 1, Echo Charlie Lima. Yankee Sierra 1, Echo Charlie Lima. So I've got you in El Salvador, so I'm just not too sure on the suffix now, but we'll see how we go. My name is Steve, Sierra Tango Echo Victor Echo. Steve is the name. So Yankee Sierra 1, Echo Charlie Lima. Is the call okay? Go ahead.
Tango, very fine, Ben. Paul, you're doing an outstanding job.
No one let me get them, you know. Yeah. Fry by the ring, boss. That's where you go.
Yeah, fine. He put up his 80-meter beam. It also saw it unfortunately break. But 40 meters always seems to hang in there. Listen, many stations are calling, Ben. I know you were looking for West Coast. There is a West Coast station calling in. And hopefully maybe you get VK and ZL. But it's been a pleasure, really. I'll catch you another time when you don't have the big pile up, but you're booming in. Beautiful setup, by the way. Very good luck with it, my friend. OZ8BV, KX2T.
Okay, very fine, Jim. KX2T, OZ8 Bravo Victor. Fine copy. And yes, time goes on there. And I have been living in Switzerland since 99. So I work all my 99% of my activity is remote. But right now I'm on site, so that's to make a little bit of a holiday here. I'll be back in Switzerland here next week. So that's how it goes there. But my big Yagi 480 meter is gone forever. It's just too much work to keep it up. But I had a lot of fun when I had it. It was a time where Arnold was active as well there, and the Yagi was very good. Okay, I wish you all the best. I'll have a listen for the West Coast station, and then if I don't hear, I will go QRT there. So 73, all the best. OZ8 Bravo Victor, now clear with KX2 Tango. Bye-bye, 70.
Bye-bye, 73. Good morning.
WV4MAB. WV4MAB.
West Coast, NEW67 short pass. OZ8 Bravo Victor, QRT.
WV4MAB. I call him.
W6PXC. One moment, I will put the antenna more to the north here. QRZ West Coast, OZ8 Bravo Victor for W67 short pass, over. W6PXC. West Coast, W67 short pass, Oscar Zulu 8 Bravo Victor, QRZ DX, over. Whiskey 6 Papa X-ray Echo. Whiskey 6 Papa X-ray Echo. I'm not sure there, but something like that. The Whiskey 6, go ahead.
Roger, Roger. Whiskey 6 Papa X-ray Echo. Halfway to California. We ended my antennas now in Texas for 679. Nice to meet you, Ben. Another Ben here. You're 59 in Texas, over.
Okay, very fine, Ben. KW6PXE, OZ8 Bravo Victor from Texas. Very fine there. Well, I have now put my antenna up to the northeast, northwest there. So there should be an opening to the West Coast. We will see there. So great to hear you again. And good solid 5 and 8 to hear. Not so strong, but over the noise level. W6PXE, OZ8 Bravo Victor.
Roger, Roger. It's been several years. Nice to meet you again, Ben. 73 is 25th, 16 for last contact. 73, Ben.
And January 16, January the 1st of 16, and the first time was in December 15, so time goes on there. All the best, Ben 73, and many greetings from Denmark. OZ8 Bravo Victor, now listening only West Coast of the U.S. W67 short pass West Coast. 73, bye-bye, Ben.
Bye-bye, Ben. W6PX.
East area, this is Whiskey Bravo 4, Mike Alpha Bravo.
West Coast, only W67 short pass. Oscar Zulu 8 Bravo Victor, QRZ W67 short pass. Only West Coast of the U.S. Over. Nothing there. One more station from west there. OZ8 Bravo Victor, QRZ here. So there, OZ8 Bravo Victor, no QRZ.
WB4MAB in Tennessee.
south of Florida. My name is Jim Julian Mike, and call signs Kilo X-Ray 2 Tango KX2T, over. Yeah, okay, antenna not directly to your home.
10-4.
Oh, that's amazing. Congratulations, because I'm getting out.
Again, man, but it was great tonight. But we're going to take it down. I think I'm burning the oil, man, because I had a nap this afternoon.
Good. That's Mike. And let's see, 5-7. Got it. All right, very good. Let's see if Jeff is copying up. And
you later, Doug. Have a good evening, and I'm sure somebody else is.
Whiskey 1 Whiskey. Good evening.
Yeah, Whiskey 1 Whiskey. This is Kilowatt.
Roger, Roger. K2PV.
I took a long nap today, so I'm going to probably be up. Yeah, I'm copying you just fine. You're 5-9, bumping 10 over.
Hey, well, great. Yeah, the band's in really good shape. I really wasn't planning to activate tonight, but the conditions appear to be good, and with the recent solar sludge that we've been dealing with, I was like, well, I'm not particularly sleepy, so I'll go ahead and get going here. So very good. Now, is your looking at your call sign, are you a Outer Banks enthusiast? Over.
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, I love the Outer Banks. Been going out there for probably the better part of the last 25 or 30 years. Me and my wife discovered it back in the 90s when I was stationed in Norfolk, Virginia. Over.
Yeah, very good. Well, I manage the Tentec Legacy Nets, and we have one of our regular check-ins, Jerry, Whiskey 8, Oscar Bravo X-Ray, and he and his XYL, her call, Whiskey Victor 2, Oscar Bravo X-Ray, which is West Virginia to the Outer Banks, and they are in the process of relocating near Manio, so he would be a good person for you to connect with. And then the gentleman who is driving our Whiskey 1 Whiskey CW activations, JJ, he's up in Pennsylvania. He's another Outer Banks enthusiast. But yeah, Whiskey 8, Oscar Bravo X-Ray, y'all would have some fun chatting if for no other reason the Outer Banks, but your call sign there. So yeah, you can catch him on any of the Tentec Legacy Nets. That's who sponsors this activation for World Amateur Radio Day. And if you go to the Whiskey 1 Whiskey page, I think I put a link out there. If I didn't, I need to. Let's see, I was just on that page a minute ago. Somewhere on here there should be a link to our yep, there it is. If you go down to the certificate section, there's a link to our website on groups.io, and that has our net schedules on it. So we'd be happy to let you guys connect if you're so interested, and have you make another ham radio friend with OBX in common. Back to you, Jeff.
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, we go out there all the time. I say all the time, about once or twice a year. And we contemplated buying out there. I'm retired now. I retired this year, actually, was my official date. And January was the official date. And so we're really waiting on her to retire to figure out what we're going to do. But yeah, it's definitely a place that we absolutely love. But we're kind of disheartened with the amount of traffic that's out there. It's good for the economy, but the amount of traffic out there, I think we're going to start going in the off season to to avoid some of the crowds. You know, we can still get our fix in, but avoid the crowds. But anyway, the operating conditions here, I'm running a Yaesu FT710, one of their newer rigs, and it's really, really good on receive. I don't know that I've had another rig that's this quiet. I mean, you sound like FM, and you're bumping, 10 over on me. So, and I'm running a 05 vertical, 43-foot vertical, ground-mounted vertical up here in Southern Illinois, and I've got 32 ground radials around it, and 360 degrees all the way around it. I got 32 radials on it. So and I'm running barefoot 100 watts. So that's the operating conditions here. Back to you. Whiskey 1 Whiskey is K9OBX.
All right, very good there, Jeff. Well, that's a great rundown. Another one of our Tech Legacy Net regulars, Sam. He's in Holton, Indiana, KA9FTM. He's got the 05 vertical, and boy, it sure does a good job. When I can get him on the air, he's a trusty relay station. And Sam hears and works just about anybody. Yeah, he was a World Amateur Radio Day net controller last year. Might get him back on the payroll this year. We'll see. Okay, I heard a station called Contact. That might have been for Whiskey 1 Whiskey here. Let's see, we'll find out. Okay, I got you all buttoned up in the log, and per the QRZ page, you're eligible for a certificate of participation. Thank you for your check-in there, Jeff. So on behalf of Whiskey 1 Whiskey, I'll bid you a good evening. 7-3.
7-3, thanks for doing what you're doing.
Oh, certainly. Okay, the station called Contact. Give me your full call sign a couple of times, please, phonetically. Over.
Okay, this is Kilo Bravo 8, Uniform Golf Papa, KB8UGP or King Baker 8 Ugly Growing Puppies. Gary down here in West Virginia, Cheston, West Virginia. I'm running a Zygu G90 into an end-fed long wire there. I just wanted to jump in there and say hello.
All right, well, Gary, very good. Your G90 doing a good job for you. I've got one of those sitting over here still in the box, waiting on me to take it to a park somewhere. But like all the G90s out here, you have superb crystal clear audio. So I'll give you a signal report on your next over. So welcome to Whiskey 1 Whiskey, a special event station for World Amateur Radio Day. So if I can get a signal report from you, please, and I'll do likewise. Go ahead.
Okay, I have you 5959 into West Virginia there, and the audio's really great there too there. Now this special event station, what is this out of here? What state there, Roger?
Well, this is the annual worldwide event. You probably know of the ARRL. Well, that's more of a regional or North American group there. But the worldwide group is the International Amateur Radio Union, the IARU. And so every year they celebrate amateur radio with World Amateur Radio Day. Usually it's a 24-hour event on April 18th, but this year they've expanded it to a 2-week time frame. And there are partner stations all over the world, and we're one of them. So Whiskey 1 Whiskey, and we're operating across HF bands only, and CW and sideband only. And so 80, 40, 20, and 15 meters for the next couple of weeks. And I was just finishing up updates on the Whiskey 1 Whiskey page. So I would invite you to head out there for more information.
All right, you're peaking a 5.9 here, so that's what I'm going to go with. And there's instructions there of how you can get your certificate of participation. It's free, and you just have to send an email to wardcertificate@gmail.com with your login information for this contact. Now, if you get other two bands, either CW or sideband, then you will qualify for the clean sweep endorsement on your certificate. So keep hunting, looking for the Whiskey 1 whiskey, and we'll be using NetLogger for the sideband nets, and then folks can spot us there on the DX Watch, DX Summit sites. So I hope you'll earn your clean sweep. But for now, you're good to go with just one check-in. I've got you all buttoned up in the log, Gary, and thank you for the call. Kilo Bravo 8, Uniform Golf Papa from Whiskey 1 Whiskey, back to you.
Okay, this is Kilo Bravo 8, Uniform Golf Papa there. The name here is Gary. I didn't get your name there. If you can there, give me your name there, please.
Oh, I'm sorry. I get too reliant on NetLogger because my name is displayed there. It's Mark, Mike Alpha, Romeo Charlie. Name is Mark. I'm in Greensboro, North Carolina. Roger?
Roger. Now, have you ever been on the Ole Miss net there? Because your voice sounds familiar.
Periodically, but if you're recognizing my voice, it's from the Tentec Legacy nets. I run those, we activate here on 40 meters on Sundays. Down demand a little bit, 7195. So if you're got voice recognition, that's where you're probably familiar with my voice. Over.
Roger. Yeah, I'm a Tentec nut myself there. I used to have quite a few of them there. I still got an Argonaut 5 there and a Century 21 sitting here on the shelf there, Roger.
All right, cool. Well, you need to come join us on one of our nets. I've got a link to our group on the Whiskey 1 Whiskey page, and that link will take you to our homepage on groups.io. And would love to have you join us on a future net. Now, the next 2 weekends, we're going to be operating as Whiskey 1 Whiskey. So Saturday morning on the 75-meter net, that's a good candidate for you to get another check-in. And then on Sunday, we'll be back here on 40. But Saturday morning, that would be a good target for you. If you're an early riser, all transmitter types are welcome. You don't have to use a Tentec. All right, we'll be listening for you. Gary, thanks again for the shout. The Zygu G90 doing a great job for you there out of West Virginia. KB8 UGP from Whiskey 1 Whiskey 73.
73 here, KB8 UGP.
All right, Nelson is out there. I don't know if we got conditions all the way to Arizona, but we'll give it a shot. Kilo 7, November Hotel Charlie, K7NHC from Whiskey 1 Whiskey. Any copy, Nelson?
Yeah, Roger, I have you here in Arizona. Go over.
That's a surprisingly strong signal. That's Kilo 7, November Hotel Charlie. Roger.
Yeah, Roger, that's right. I'm here in Cave Creek, Arizona.
Impressive. Do you have a 40-meter Yagi, or what's your station run down there? Over.
I have 2 antennas. I'm in an HOA, so I'm kind of limited. I have I own a vertical right now, a 6-speed TV, the Hustler 6-speed TV vertical right now, and I also have an 80-meter center-fed dipole.
Wow, that is impressive. I wish my New Mexico colleague was on the air here, NM5ER. He spends time out that way, and then sometimes back here in North Carolina. But we usually cannot make contact on 40 meters. But that's during the day. Nighttime's all different. Yeah, you're booming in here. Nice 5-9 signal. If I could get a signal report from you, please. By the way, the name here is Mike Alpha Romeo Charlie. I'm in North Carolina. Of course, you can see all that on NetLogger. Back to you, Nelson.
Yeah, Roger. I'm getting you up at 5-9 and plus a little bit over that. What was your call again? I'm sorry, I missed that.
Yes, Whiskey 1 Whiskey. That should be displaying on the NetLogger there for you. There is the World Amateur Radio Day special event station. Yeah, that's the special event call. My personal call there is also line number 1, Whiskey 4 Oscar Victor Tango. Roger?
Yeah, Roger, I got that. I'm looking at it right now,
Okay, yeah, that's the beauty of using NetLogger is it answers a lot of questions and it also helps reduce the chaos with pileups. A bunch of overlapping stations, I can make outbound calls. All right, well, listen, it's a pleasure to meet you, and you're in the log for World Amateur Radio Day. Head out to the QRZ page for more information, including how you can request your certificate of participation, should you care to have that. K7NHC, I'm assuming you're maybe affiliated with the National Hurricane Center. My undergraduate degree was in meteorology, so maybe we have that in common. From Whiskey 1 Whiskey, back to you, Nelson.
Yeah, no, actually, I'm not associated with that at all. The NHC stands for my initials. I just got that because it's easy to remember, and sometimes I wonder if I remember my own name sometimes. But anyway, it's great talking to you, and I'll get off here now and let you go. I just wanted to ask you something else. What was it? I forget what it was now. I was looking at something. Oh, the World Amateur Radio Day. I was just looking at that on the internet, and I've actually never seen that before.
Yeah, it's been going on for many decades. It's just a one-day event on April 18th each year. And this year they've expanded it to 2 weeks. It's a major partnership with the United Nations, the Initiative of Human Security. There you can read about it. HS4A, Human Security for All. And they decided to expand it to 2 weeks. So our focus is going to be mostly on the 18th, but we're doing some sporadic activations like this one, leading up to and after. There are, I guess, about a dozen or so worldwide special event stations, and all the links are on the Whiskey 1 Whiskey QRZ page, so check it out. All right, I got a couple more here on NetLogger we're going to try to say hello to, but glad that we're able to say hi to you, Nelson. K7NHC from Whiskey 1 Whiskey 73.
Roger, 73 to you too. Thanks for coming back to me, and I'll let you go, and I'll talk to you again sometime. Thanks. K7NHC, clear.
Hey, Mark.
Yes?
Hey, W9BT, I'm returning here real quick. Just wanted to let you know I turned my attenuator off, and I remember earlier when I made contact with you, I gave you a 5-7 report, and that was because the attenuator is on. You're about 20 over here in Sheboygan, Wisconsin. Just wanted to let you know if you wanted to correct that.
Oh, okay. I'll do that. Thank you for circling back. And, the band's in pretty good shape. And I've got you all buttoned up in the log as well, Mike. Whiskey 9, Bravo Tango Mike from Whiskey 1 Whiskey.
Okay, brother. Didn't mean to screw up your operation. I just wanted to let you know. Attenuator is on, and that's why it was low. But the true reading here is about 20 over 9. So, all right, Mark, have fun. Do what you're doing there. And maybe we'll incidentally bump into you again sometime. Should do a W1W or official W4 Oscar Victor Tango. But either way, Mark, you take care, man. We'll catch you later. W9 BTM.
Yeah, either one's fine. But I'll be logging you as Whiskey 1 Whiskey. All right, Scott's all the way out in Washington State, and he typed me a message. He's not here in my station, so I threw another log on the fire here. Whiskey 7 Sierra Charlie Delta W7 SCD from Whiskey 1 Whiskey. Any copy, Scott?
So you put a log on the fire,
Oh boy, I got a light copy on you. You're about a 2x2 here, but I definitely hear you in there. So very good. All right, I can give you a 2x2 signal report. If I can get my report, please. Over.
That was 5-7, Mark.
Oh, wow. He gave me a 5-7. Okay, well, I guess that extra log on the fire did the trick there. Yeah, Scott, you're pretty light on me there. Mike, was that you on the relay?
QSL.
Yeah, what kind of report do you have signal on him?
I got him about a 5-7 as well.
Okay, all right. This must be propagation between us there. So, Scott, let me hear you again. I'll see if I can upgrade your signal report there. Over. Okay, well, you did come up that time, so we'll go to a 4x5 there, so we can do that. All right, well, thanks for your patience. I appreciate you hanging in there, and thank you for using NetLogger there. It sure makes things easier for me on the logging side. Whiskey 7 Sierra Charlie Delta, Spokane, Washington, from Whiskey 1 Whiskey. You're in the log, 7-3, Scott.
He's back to net.
Okay, Mike, much appreciated. Thank you. All right, let's see. Well, we'll keep it out in Washington State there. I guess everybody in the East Coast has gone to bed. Bruce, Fairfield, Washington, Kilo 7, Hotel November Yankee, from Whiskey 1 Whiskey. Any copy? I'll give you a 4x5 as well there. So very good. Great to hear you. I'm really surprised I can hear any signal from Washington State. That's pretty unusual all the way back here in the North Carolina. But all right, so 4-5 sent, 5-7 received. And Bruce, you're in the log for Whiskey 1 Whiskey World Amateur Radio Day. Thanks for the check-in. Roger?
It's interesting. I just had to do it by
Okay, I heard you say 4-5. Yeah, that was the report I gave you. I wrote down 5-7 for my report. Is that correct? All right. Yep. So you came up there a little bit there. So we'll go with a 5x5 for you and a 5-7 for me. And if you want to send off for a certificate, head out to the Whiskey 1 Whiskey QRZ page for details. Kilo 7, Hotel November Yankee from Whiskey 1 Whiskey 73, Bruce. All right, let's see if Danny down in Texas, where are you? Conroe, I've been there. Kilo 5, X-Ray United, KK5XU from Whiskey 1 Whiskey World Amateur Radio Day. Good evening.
Whiskey 1 Whiskey, Mark, Kilo 5 X-Ray Uniform. Actually, my mailing address is Conroe, but I'm actually in Cotton Chute, Texas. How copy, over?
Very good. I need to look at my estimator there, but I was in Conroe in 1984 when Hurricane Alicia came through Houston and on up north. There I was at the Woodlands, if you know where the Woodlands is. And boy, that was a crazy time to be there. All right, very good. Give me another transmission and I'll confirm your signal report, please.
Okay, Scott, or Mark, this should do it. Kilo 5 X-Ray United in QSO with W1A, W1W, or W4OBT, KK5XU.
Okay, you're 5'9" there. If I could get my report from you, please.
You're 5'9" plus about 10.
Okay, well, I appreciate it. We'll go 5'9" both ways there, and you are in the log. We'll have additional activations over the next, until the 25th. And if you can work any of the other two bands, we'll be on 80, 75, 40, 20, and 15 meters. Just two more bands, and you can earn your clean sweep endorsement on your certificate. So details are on the Whiskey 1 Whiskey QRZ page. KK5XU from Whiskey 1 Whiskey 73. Thanks for the check-in, Danny.
Yeah, QSL. Have a good one, Mark.
You as well. All right, Daryl in Connecticut. Let's see if we can get to the northeast here. Kilo Charlie 1, Bravo Foxtrot Lima from Whiskey 1 Whiskey. The name here is Mark, Mike Alpha Romeo Charlie. Good evening, Daryl.
Good evening or good morning, Mark. This is Daryl, KC1BFL. I just got a phone call from the other room from the YL and telling me it's time to wrap it up. I just wanted to check in. This is my first time on this net. I was hoping to make a call. I don't even know if that's this type of net or if it's just a rag 2 net, over.
Well, when things are slow, I'm a talker, so but when we get hopping, it's more of a wham bam, thank you ma'am, check in, check out kind of an event. So I prefer it this way though. All right, so I understand that your brake light has given you a bad look. I had a fellow ham describe it that way, and I don't want to be responsible for a family feud. So let's see, 5'9" both ways. You are in the log. Daryl, Kilo Charlie 1, Bravo Foxtrot Lima from Whiskey 1 Whiskey World Amateur Radio Day 7-3.
That's Roger that. So 5'9" both ways, Whiskey 4 Oscar Victor Tango. It's funny you say the brake lights because that's what my wife likes to say when we're driving. She says, brake lights, brake lights. Anyway, I was actually hoping to check in. I heard that Texas station, Kilo 5 X-Ray Uniform. Am I able to make one contact with him, Roger?
Yeah, go ahead. Make a quick one. You're welcome to. Go ahead. See if Danny is still out there in near Conroe, Texas. He's line number 8. You can see there on that logger. Over.
Over. Thank you so much. Kilo 5 X-Ray Uniform. Are you able to copy line number 9, KC1 BFL? Last I had you were 5'8" into Connecticut, Charlie Tango.
QSL, Intel, I copy you. I'll give you a 3333. Name here is Danny in Cotton Shoe, Texas. Over. All right, KC1, VFL, 685XU. Have a good one, Set 3.
All right, well, glad y'all can make contact. Danny, thank you for hanging around. Appreciate it. I know Daryl does. We'll go to over-the-air calls here for any station wishing to check in to Whiskey 1 Whiskey World Amateur Radio Day. Call now with phonetics, please. Oh, station ending in Romeo, you're really light. Give me the phonetics slowly twice, please.
Alpha Echo Zero, India Romeo. That's Alpha Echo Zero, India Romeo.
Okay, let's see. Are you in Castle Rock, Colorado? And if so, what's the first name there? Over.
Roger on Castle Rock, and the first name is Carl, Charlie Alpha, Romeo Lima.
Okay, Carl. Yeah, you came up there a little bit. Boy, there was some QSB for you. If I can get my report from you, please. Alpha Echo Zero India Romeo. All right, very good. Yeah, I'm still running a little bit more power than I want to here, but probably helpful for you. All right, well, Carl, you're in the log for Whiskey 1 Whiskey World Amateur Radio Day. Please check out the details on the QRZ page for W1W, and I hope that you can work 2 other bands and request your certificate that'll have your clean sweep endorsement there. So happy hunting. Alpha Echo Zero India Romeo from Whiskey 1 Whiskey 73, Carl. Yeah, Scott, I got your message. Just go to Whiskey 1 Whiskey on QRZ. It'll answer all your questions. And so, but just to quickly restate it here, we're going to be operating on 80 meters, 75 meters, the voice portion of 80, 40 meters obviously, and 20 and 15. And we'll be operating both sideband and CW, except I'm not sure if we're going to get 15 meters working for CW. I hope so, because we're trying to get some DX stations. So, but you've worked your first band, so you just need to find 2 additional bands and get confirmed, and that will earn your clean sweep endorsement on the certificate, if that means something to you. So just a little bit of challenge to toss into the mix. So any 3 bands, any mode, CW or sideband, and you're all set up there to earn your clean sweep endorsement. But otherwise, you're eligible just by one contact to send off for your certificate. So you just email that request with your log information to wardcertificate@gmail.com, and it will come back to you in the form of a PDF as well as a pre-formatted JPEG suitable for insertion on QRZ, but you got to request that. So all of that detail I just said is clearly explained on Whiskey 1 Whiskey there on QRZ, so check it out. All right, let's see. Mike says this is first time ever on NetLogger, and it is an absolute great tool. I wish every special event would use NetLogger because, again, it reduces the pileups, and that's no fun for anybody. So sure is nice to make outbound calls. All right, you're welcome, Scott. Glad you heard all that. All right, here is Whiskey One Whiskey World Amateur Radio Day. We're up to date on that logger, so we will flip back to a CQ call for any station over the air wishing to check in to World Amateur Radio Day. Call now. CQ 40 meters for Whiskey One Whiskey World Amateur Radio Day. Net logger is our preferred method of check-in, but we also make CQ calls, which I'm doing now. Listening for your full call sign with phonetics, please. Call now. Station calling, I hear you. You're just way down in my noise. I'm not pulling out a word or even a syllable. I'm sorry, old man. A lot of QSB now setting in. And Mike, I saw your message that he was light on you as well. Thank you for that note. Mike, I'm going to have to get you on the payroll. All right. Yeah, sorry. I just couldn't pull you out. I don't know if you can increase power or try a different antenna or something. Or if you're mobile, get to the top of a hill there. Or wake your wife up and say, honey, this is why I need an amplifier. Yeah, get one and let me know what she says. Well, I guess she said yes. All right, this is Whiskey One Whiskey here, and we're celebrating World Amateur Radio Day. Listening for any additional check-ins. Your full call sign, phonetically, please. Call now.
Kilo 2 Lima Oscar Romeo.
There's an Oscar India station. Again. Maybe he was only going to give me one shot at it. I'm sorry, all I got was Oscar India. If you can give me more of it, I'll do what I can to hear you. Call again, please.
Kilo 2 Lima Oscar Radio.
Okay, I think I heard a Mexico station trying to call. Let me see. I think I heard Kilo 2 Lima Oscar Romeo Flushing, New York. Is that you, Mike?
That's me. Thanks for picking me up. That's me. You're 5'9" in New York City.
Yeah, Kilo 2 Lima Oscar Romeo QSL.
QSL. And you're 5'9" in New York City. Thank you. Get your call sign?
All right, you're 5x5 into North Carolina. Just your audio is not real loud. It's like you're talking really quietly there. But thank you for the 5'9". I've got you in the log for Whiskey One Whiskey World Amateur Radio Day. Mike, thank you for the call. The name here, by the way, is Mark. Mike Alpha Romeo Charlie. I'm in North Carolina. QSL?
Thanks, Mark. Thanks, Mark, very much. So the call was Whiskey One Whiskey?
Yeah, Whiskey One Whiskey, special event station for World Amateur Radio Day. That's a special event call sign. Roger?
Roger, I'm going to look the call sign up, put you in the log, and I'll see what the special event station is about. I'll check the page out. Thanks very much.
All right, very good, very good. Mike says he's bored at 1:30 in the morning. Got you. Yeah, I've seen the wing nuts. Y'all have a really cool graphic. Somebody with some talent came up with the graphics for your wing nut group. All right, let's see. There was a station in Mexico. The Mexico station, your call sign twice phonetically, please. Over. Oh, nothing heard. The station, Mexico, wishing to check in. ¿Cómo está, my amigo? Whiskey 1 Whiskey. Call now.
Kilo Mike 4 Oscar Papa.
Oh, that's a booming signal there, Phil. Hello? Yeah, the station in Mexico, sorry, you're just down in my noise. I'll call you again here in a couple of minutes. Maybe the band be more better. All right, let's see. Phil, I got one ahead of you here, which should also be well heard. Actually, he signed out. A Kilo Oscar 4 station, might just be a technician. So, you'll be almost an instant up here. Kilo Mike 4, Oscar Papa from Whiskey 1 Whiskey World Amateur Radio Day. Good morning.
Top of the morning, I believe that's Mark. Good morning to you. Hope all is well. Nice signal. You're 5'9 plus 15. 5'9 plus 15 here in Palm Bay, Florida. We're located here on the Atlantic coast, just south of the Kennedy Space Center, a few clicks. And I hope and trust all is well there. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah, just having a ball here. Band's in really good shape. We've had some West Coast check-ins, and it's unusually good. Hope it stays that way. Yeah, you're booming in here, 5'9". What kind of transmitter are you using? Over.
At the moment, using a Yaesu DX10. The DX10, the microphone is an Electro Voice RE27, and I'm driving one of my old amplifiers here, a Collins 30L1 desktop that I rebuilt quite a few years ago. And the antenna is a homebrew inverted V dipole. Go ahead.
Very good. Well, that's just a wonderful sounding. I haven't met anybody with an FTDX10 who just isn't really thrilled with that rig. The 710, the jury's still out. Some of the guys that bought that radio, I think, wish they bought the FTDX10. But yeah, Yaesu, they got a winner there with that radio. So absolutely superb audio. Alrighty, Palm Bay, Florida. That sounds like the place to be, except in the middle of the summer, or if one of those category hurricanes comes scraping across. Kilo Mike 4, Oscar Papa. Phil, you're in the log for World Amateur Radio Day. Thanks for your check-in. Roger?
Roger. I appreciate it. And have a blessed morning and a good day tomorrow, and we'll catch you on the other side. 7-3 from Eastern Central Florida. W1W, Kilo Mike 4, Oscar Papa. 7-3.
All right, 7-3. Okay, Mike, thank you. So KO4 TCL is extra class. Well, he peeked his head in the door and he peeked out. So if KO4 TCL would like to check in, sign back in the net logger, please. Now that I know that you can.
Oscar 4 Tango Charlie Lima.
Really appreciate that. Net logger makes life a lot easier on me.
Sign back in.
And I'm an old man with declining faculties. I'm down to 2 brain cells. But I can read Gary's message here. So Gary, fire away with your 4 watts QRP and I will perk my ears up. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm going to go out my man cave there and I'm going to try that. Kilo Bravo 8 Uniform Golf Papa. Going to go out in the man cave and fire up the mag loop.
Mars TCL is just coming back to you.
Okay, thank you. That must have been a double. Okay, Kilo Oscar 4, Tango Charlie Lima in Athens, Georgia. Go Dog Sick'em. Hey, Tom, good morning.
Hey, good morning. Gary's coming in there. I don't know if he's on his 4 watts right now. He sounds great if he is. I'm used to picking him up QRP, so it's good to hear him out there. I don't want to step on what he's doing, so I can stand by and wait for him to get in here if that's okay.
No, he's got to go to his man cave, he said, and so I'll wait for him to alert me that he's ready to transmit. No, he's on his other radio there, so you have the floor there. Let's see. Yeah, you're booming in here. Nice 5-9 signal. If I can get a report from you for the log, please. The name here is Mark, Mike Alpha Romeo Charlie in Greensboro, North Carolina. Welcome to Whiskey One Whiskey World Amateur Radio Day. Back to you.
Very good, Mark. Whiskey 4 Oscar Victor Tango with, kind of a short there, but I have you good 5, 9 plus 10 coming over here to Athens today. Very good signal. I did hear Phil down there in Florida quite strongly, and Gary a little bit there. But, yes, you're coming in great here. Back to you.
All right, very good. And what transmitter are you on? It's got absolutely crystal clear fidelity there. Over.
Well, thank you very much. It is also a Fox Tango DX10 stock handheld microphone, and the amplifier is a Heathkit Sugarbaker 220, putting out about 800 watts right now. Antenna, let's see, what am I on? I am on an 80-meter end-fed half-wave sloper, low end-fed, the feed point is low, the far end of the sloper is up about 60 feet.
Okay, well, very good. Well, that's another FTDX10 there, so y'all are making believers out of me when I say that radio has really good audio. I was about to guess that you were on a SDR radio, like an Anon or a Sun or a Flex. I'm trying to look up the guy's call here. There's a ham down in Athens that has an Anon, and he's there's too many hams in Athens. Look at all these Georgia fans. Anyway, you might know who I'm talking about. I'm trying to remember his first name. But you see, like I said, getting old here. But anyway, nice audio and nice to meet you here on this occasion. Okay, and for a Kilo Oscar 4, congratulations on vaulting your way to an extra class. How long have you had your ticket? Over?
Let's see here. We're 2023. February of 2021, I got my tech. I guess I got my extra in the summer, and this is actually a vanity call sign. It's not my original, but I figured if I went down the list of unissued call signs, I could get my initials. So that's how I ended up with a Kilo Oscar 4 that was later than the one I originally had.
I see. Okay, very good. Well, check out Whiskey One Whiskey on QRZ for more details. You're just 2 bands away from earning your clean sweep endorsement should you wish to receive a certificate. It's all free for the asking. Just email to wardcertificate@gmail.com. That's provided on the QRZ page with your log here reflecting 5-9 both ways, your contact, and you are already eligible for the regular certificate. But why not? You got plenty of time. This was our first activation for this year. It's our 4th year doing it, and we really enjoy being part of the what I think is hard to argue against, amateur radio's largest single-day event. Usually a single-day event on April 18th, But look at here, it's April 13th. So this year they expanded it for 2 weeks because of this collaboration with the United Nations on human security for all. It's a big worldwide initiative. So I'm still trying to figure out what it's all about. All right, nice to have you with us. You're all buttoned up in the log. Kilo Oscar 4, Tango Charlie Lima from Whiskey 1 Whiskey 73.
Very good, Mark. Good to make the acquaintance, and I'll stand by here and see if we hear Gary come up on those 4 watts. And man, it's nice and quiet tonight, so it's a good possibility. At any rate, thanks for getting me in here. Whiskey 4 Oscar Victor Tango, Kilo Oscar 4 Tango Charlie Lima.
All right, pleasure to have you. The contact station, go ahead.
This is Kilo Bravo 8, Uniform Golf Palm out here in Man Cave. I'm currently running 4 watts into a magnetic loop out here sitting on the ground, Roger.
Yeah, you're 5x8 there, 4 watts. That's impressive. Tom, are you hearing Gary, line number 4?
Hey, Gary, come back one more time. I actually heard another station on top of him, but Gary, Kilo Bravo 8, Uniform Golf Papa, come back again. Let's hear if we can pick you up here.
Yeah, this is Kilo Bravo 8, Uniform Golf Papa, and I'm currently running 4 watts using a USB-R transceiver. It ain't much bigger than a pack of cigarettes, and I'm running through a magnetic loop that I built myself, and with my own design of the tuner. The tuner looks like a large size capacitor, which is used for a trimmer tap, and an old antique radio there, Roger.
Hey, Roger, Gary. I do copy you. I just put the headphones on because I actually have a washing machine nearby, and I can copy you over the washing machine, so that's good. Probably 5555. It sounds good, and I'm used to hearing you on OMIS QRP, and it's always good to pick you up when you're out there and I can hear you.
Roger. Okay, I'll let you fellas get back at it there. The net sounds real good there tonight, so I'm going to clear with you there, and this is Kilo Bravo 8, Uniform Golf Papa on the Max Loop there. Go back in the house. It's cold out here. See you later.
All right, Gary. Yeah, get back in the house.
WBAP,
Okay, yeah, I hear a station calling. Tom, did you want to go ahead and sign?
I'm good. I'll stand by here and listen for a bit, and then I need to go to bed because it's 10 minutes till 3 a.m. So thanks for getting me in here again, Mark. I'll stand by.
All right. Well, the morning is young. Unless you haven't been to bed yet, then the night is long. Okay, that's good. Well done there, Gary. And you ought to hook up with Vic up in Bear Gap, Pennsylvania, Whiskey Alpha 4, Tango Hotel Romeo. Vic is a QRP extraordinaire. Vic is a net control for the East Coast amateur radio service there, E-Cars, and he's net control at 10 o'clock on Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. Great guy, WA4THR. So he usually uses his Microbit X, their QRP. Alrighty there. Let's see. We got Phil in there, and let's see. Ryan is online here. So let me pick up Ryan, and then the station that was calling, I'll pick you up. Kilo Charlie 9, Zulu Sierra United, in Sharonville, Indiana. This is Whiskey 1 Whiskey World Amateur Radio Day. Good morning. My luck may have run out here. Kilo Charlie 9, Zulu Sierra United. Ryan in Indiana, Whiskey 1 Whiskey calling. Mike, are you hearing him?
No, but I can try calling for him if you want.
God, you went to 30 over there. That's crazy. I need to work him direct, though, for the log. But thanks for the offer. Kilo Charlie 9, Zulu Sierra United from Whiskey 1 Whiskey. Last call.
Kilo Charlie 9, Zulu Sierra United. Hey, thanks for picking me up there, Mark. Had to turn my mic gain up there. Hope you can hear me now. Let's see if you can hear me.
Oh my gosh, you're booming in here, and I expected to hear you given the band conditions, so I'm glad I persisted, and you also persisted to twist the knobs in the right direction there. All right, I'll give 5-9 plus here into North Carolina, and welcome to World Amateur Radio Day, Whiskey 1 Whiskey. Back to you for a signal report, please.
Well, yes, sir, Mark. You are also 5'9". Yes, 5'9", almost 20 over here in Northwest Indiana. Just kind of waking up from a nap after work and turned the radio on and heard you out here. Thanks for picking me up, and wanted to check in. And I don't use NetLogger often, and I seen that it's designed once you kind of logged in there, just it pops you up there automatically. Nice little feature there. But once again, Mark, thanks for picking me up. Good luck on your contest today, and KC9 ZSU, Northwest Indiana. Back to you.
All right, well, 7-3. It's a special event station, not per se a contest. Although, if you can work 2 additional bands of Whiskey 1 Whiskey, you're eligible for a clean sweep endorsement on your certificate, which you're already eligible for the certificate by virtue of this check-in. So check out Whiskey 1 Whiskey on QRZ for the details. And I got you all buttoned up in the log there. So let me clear with you. Kilo Charlie 9 Zulu Sierra United Whiskey 1 Whiskey 7-3.
7-3, Mark.
All right. Mike, I bet you heard him that time.
Yeah, I heard him as soon as he turned up his mic gain. Yeah, sorry, Mark. I didn't know you had to work them directly. Otherwise, I was just going to kind of help you out with a relay as long as I was up not doing anything. But I don't want to overstep or disturb you, so I'll just sit back quiet unless you want or need my assistance.
Yeah, I'll tap you to be a relay station where I'll turn the controls over to you and just make I'm going to take a quick down the hall break. And if you want to make a call for Whiskey 1 Whiskey World Amateur Radio Day, and you can send me in the chat window who you work. I know there was one station that was trying to call over the air, and actually, let me hang around in case you can't hear him and I can, because he's been patient. Well, let me just go ahead and make the call. The station that was calling over the air, not on NetLogger, your full call sign with phonetics, please.
Yes. Call here is WBHGKV. It's Whiskey Bravo 8 Golf Kilo Victor. WBHGKV. 35 watts, not quite QRP, 35 watt on indoor antenna, 40-meter indoor infrared. I just sort of got it up, and we're testing it. This would be my second contact with the antenna, but it's indoor 40-meter, and it don't work too good indoors. Got that Ed in Ohio. It's Wadsworth, Ohio. Here's U5 and most of the others. WB8GKV. Over.
Okay, very good. Is the first name Ed? And Ed, my name is Mark. Mike Alpha Romeo Charlie. I'm in North Carolina. And if I can get a signal report from you, please, and I will provide you with your report on your next over. Back to you. If it's Ed, is that the right name?
Yeah, it's Ed. Name is Ed for Edwin. And the signal report is almost 20. Over, I think you're about 18. I think you've been over 20. You know, it varies. But let's say 20, S20. And I got to have a noise level on this indoor thing. It was 9. It's dropped to 7 or 8. So it won't hear weak signals. What else did you ask me? You had the signal report I gave you, and it is Ohio. And I'm in Wadsworth, near Akron. And the thing about this antenna is I got it up and inside temporarily. I haven't able to get it out just to test the what do they call it, the unit, or I don't know, the transformer. I've never had an in-fed, so something new to me, and I guess it works. Say good evening there to Mark. I have WIW, W1W is all I have. I had Carolina North, WBHE-KV.
Yeah, you got it. It's a special event call sign, Whiskey 1 Whiskey, for World Amateur Radio Day, and you are in the log, which makes you eligible to receive a certificate of participation. So head out to the Whiskey 1 Whiskey QRZ page for details. And I've got you 5-9 there, 5-9 both ways. And thank you for your check-in here on World Amateur Radio Day, Whiskey 1 Whiskey. It's a pleasure to meet you there near Akron and Wadsworth, Ohio. Whiskey Bravo 8, Golf Kilo Victor from North Carolina here, Whiskey 1 Whiskey World Amateur Radio Day, 7-3, Ed.
7-3, thank you for the contact. This is WPHTV.
All right, well, glad you stopped to spend some time with us there, Ed. 7-3. And very good. All right, so I am going to go freshen the drink and head down the hall. Let's see, Whiskey 9 Bravo Tango. Mike, if you want to put out a couple calls there and just get signal reports and the call sign and the preferred first name, please. And that's all I need. And you are in control. Welcome to arguably the biggest stage in all of ham radio. There is assistant net control for World Amateur.
Introducing the best trading view.